This is my review of Daredevil Born Again Season 1 Episode 1. Now in the beginning of the episode we see Kingpin now becoming mayor of the city and the people reacting to it, which is because he has some criminal activities in the past, and I don't know how much the people know about it exactly because I haven't seen the previous series, but yeah. So people are reacting to it, and he talks about how he wants the mayor's office and the police to handle everything, the criminals, and he doesn't want any vigilantes in the doing their own thing in the city. And he mentions Spider-Man in this, which is nice. He mentions a guy with a spider suit. He doesn't want those someone like that there, which makes me wonder if we're gonna get a Spider-Man cameo in this. We already seen Matt Murdock interact with Tom Holland's Spider-Man in No Way Home, so there is a possibility that we could see Tom Holland in this thing, which would be pretty nice. We haven't seen him for a while, and I'd like to know what's happening with him after everyone's forgotten about him. That was a sad ending, but anyway. So that's what's going on with Kingpin, and then we see a guy where a guy enters a metro station and a subway station, and he sees two guys beating one guy up, and he goes to stop those guys. And he's a good fighter. He seems to beat them up easily, and then one of the guys he was fighting falls into the tracks and immediately gets hit by the metro train and dies. And then the other guy stands up and says he's a police officer and arrests him. So that's an interesting scene. I didn't get it at first, but yeah. Then afterwards we see Matt Murdock at the police station, I think. Now he's talking to some person about a case that he's gonna handle or be handling. He's a lawyer after all. And then he overhears the guy from earlier being questioned by the police officers and saying that he didn't kill the other police officer. Oh yeah, the guy who died was also a police officer. So he's saying he didn't kill him, but the police officers don't believe him. And after they leave, Murdock goes in and talks to him. And he decides to take his case after listening to his heartbeat and believing that he's actually telling the truth, while also keeping some sort of secret, which is pretty cool to see. That's Daredevil's powers, right? It's probably how he handles cases and how he's a part of why he's such a good lawyer. So anyway, he takes the case, and yeah. And this episode is pretty much divided into two parts. One with Kingpin. And the next scene is about Kingpin is stuck in traffic because the road in front of him collapsed slightly, and then he gets out and immediately orders a bunch of construction workers, concrete workers, who are coincidentally and conveniently there to fill the road up immediately so everyone can get back to the different stuff. And he makes a bit of a public spectacle as the new mayor, which is interesting to see. And then we see, and then what is? Then Daredevil's friends from the lawyer's office goes to meet the client's wife and talks to her about the case and coming to support him. And then one of his friends goes into his room and opens up a drawer and then finds out that there's a white costume in there. And later on we find out that it's actually White Tiger. Now this guy was actually White Tiger, which kind of makes sense because the way he was fighting in the beginning of the episode was pretty intense. So yeah, apparently he's White Tiger, and that comes up and then what else? So he talks about it, that and that fact that he's Matt Murdock talks to the dude and says that he didn't do it using his powers or the costume. He was just a normal person. and that kind of plays into the case where he goes to the opposition finds out, and I think that they talk to a judge. I'm not sure. I think it's the judge, and they say that he asks that his identity not be revealed, and the judge accepts it. So that's one thing. It's just interesting because honestly, I thought that the MCU had a new White Tiger coming in. Now there were a lot of rumors about a certain actress being cast as White Tiger. I don't know, maybe this guy retires and then the new White Tiger appears. Apparently there are rumors that White Tiger is going to show up in Spider-Man 4. I don't know. I mean, considering that his powers come from the amulet, maybe it's easy to transfer or something. I don't know the backstory of the White Tiger character. So anyway, then we see the girl Matt's been seeing. Now, she's doing a therapy session with Kingpin and his wife, now who are having issues because she's not really there in the public for him during the election and all that, because of some strained history after what happened in Hawkeye. So they're having a couple session like a normal couple. Just interesting to see. Okay. And then you see Matt Murdock going to try and find the guy the witness who can testify that the guy didn't actually kill him. And the White Tiger, the guy who was White Tiger, didn't actually kill the police officer because he can probably say that he was saving him from the policeman. And he follows the police officers who are trying to track this guy down, and they track him down, and he gets there first and tells them to run, and then he fights the police officers. Well, not really a fight, he instantly beats them after taking a few punches purposely, and he really beats them up really bad. And that's the end of the episode. So a lot of stuff happened in this episode. Now I thought this was going to be a one episode court case, but apparently this is going to be moved into the next episode. Whatever, I don't have a problem with that, but yeah, it's interesting. Now, not a lot is happening so far in the series, but honestly, it's not boring. I mean, considering this is a grounded story, I thought it might be boring, but it isn't. It's good so far, and I'm interested to see what happens in the next episode.